Third parties can play a number of roles in stabilizing and in de-escalation, reducing a crisis. They can serve as, at basic level, a communicator or a method of communication between two parties that don't have a lot of bilateral mechanisms of communication. They can serve as a coordinator and an insurance or assurer of de-escalation efforts. So it's partly through communication and partly through that coordination function. At the same time, they can also serve as to set a broader agenda of confidence building measures and potential conflict resolution. Certainly there were a lot of even though this is a bilateral dispute, and particularly India doesn't want other parties to be involved in this in this bilateral dispute, there have been times when third parties, at least in sort of background conditions, through private channels, have helped to facilitate dialogue or encourage dialogue and conflict resolution in certain ways, and that in some ways was sort of the progress from 2004 to 2008 in the composite dialogue. At the same time, third parties introduce a problematic element as well, which is the moral hazard problem. So long as both parties, particularly in a crisis, both India and Pakistan, believe that there's a third party that is essentially an insurance policy that can bail them out of a crisis, they might run risks greater than they can actually absorb on their own, on the assumption that a United States or a UK or another actor, even potentially China at some point in the future, will be the ones to pull them back from the brink and bail them out, intervene in some way. Unfortunately, though, that encourages more dangerous behavior, and it also assumes that these third parties are constant and always going to be available for them, when we know that historically they can be distracted by other crises going on in the world, and in which case both India and Pakistan might be running risks that they can't bail them out from.